First off, Coach, congratulations. Another good regular season. And I know that you're trying to build upon what your team did last year, winning a playoff game for the first time. Did you notice that there was some more momentum heading into this 2022 campaign for your team?
100%. Yeah, 100%. We were, how the season ended last year in the bottom of the seventh against Union. It left a bitter taste in our mouth. We came in this year with a different attitude. So, it was definitely a different tone this year to do better than we did last year. Yes.
And one of the benefits you had is you had a returning pitcher and a really good one in Emma Henry. And I'm guessing that as good as she was a year ago, she's probably worked to be even better this year. What stands out about her?
Her mentality every time she pitches. When she goes on the mound, she just has that mentality. Her speed's picked up a little bit, and she's also got a few off-speed pitches that she's worked on in the offseason. And, every time she touches the mound, we have a chance to win. Anytime she's on the mound, we have a chance to win.
And so obviously having a great pitcher is part of the recipe, but to have the regular season your team did, you obviously need to get contributions all throughout defensively and in the batting order. One girl who comes to mind is Bailey Coons. And I know she's thought of primarily as a basketball player, but seems like she's put a lot of focus on having a terrific softball season as well.
She has. She came in with a different mentality this year because of the fact that her AAU season was over. She got the recruiting process out of the way. She wasn't worried about where she was going to go to school. She committed to Mercyhurst, and she's been 100% softball in this season for us. And she has been an absolute joy to coach. She has absolutely done some things this year, defensively and offensively, that last year we just didn't get from her because, her mind was in two different places. But yeah, she's definitely been a big, big reason where we are today.
So you have just 2 section losses. They came against probably the favorite once again in West Greene. Seeing that team has won so many championships consecutively, is it a little bit of a litmus test to figure out where your team is and where you need to still improve, having already seen them twice?
Absolutely. When you have a team in your section that's been in the, won 4 or 5 WPIAL championships in a row and went to the state and won states, it's definitely a point of where you want to try to get to. Going in the season this year, we went down to Myrtle Beach and we played 4 teams. 3 teams, coincidentally, South Allegheny, Avonworth, and Deer Lakes are all, I think, in the top 3 seeds in their classification. So going into that, we knew that we would have to see better competition throughout the year at some point. So when we played West Greene, we were up to par with them. They're just a very good team. That guy does a very good job. One thing about them is mentally, they're very good. Mistakes are minimal at the best. And if you make a mistake, they capitalize. And that's what we worked on this year, is minimizing our mistakes. And when we get an opportunity to capitalize on our opponent's mistakes, we take advantage of it.
What really stands out about your team this year and maybe the composition of it?
I think one thing that stands out is the fact that we actually have a team of softball players. Our defense in the past years, we've had people where they, generally wouldn't play, but they needed to be there for a reason. Mason McGill, who's a transfer, she's our shortstop. She's our defense. Grace Kendall, who's a utility, she can go outfield, infield, at third base. Mackenzie Kenny, who can play, any position we put her in, pitcher, first base, third. And then Natalie Ward. Natalie Ward's a 4-year starter for us, omit the COVID year, but she's been so solid. And then Isabella Marquez, our catcher, is a junior. I know the girl from West Greene is good, but our catcher is one of the best around. She's very, very good. She has speed. She has an arm. So defensively, I think that's the biggest thing this year, because now Emma Henry, the defense behind her, we're not making mistakes we used to. So the routine fly balls are getting caught. The routine ground balls are out. That's the name of the game, is our defense.
So the seeding comes out, you get the number 3 spot. And as a second place team, I'm sure that's pretty promising to get that seed and to get that respect from the committee. What were you anticipating, and what was your reaction when you saw how the bracket had played out?
Obviously, with the section that we play in and the exhibition schedule we had, like I said, we went down to Myrtle Beach. We beat Deer Lakes. We competed with South Allegheny or Avonworth, who's probably one of the better teams in the state in their classification. I wasn't surprised. we had played Springdale earlier in the year and we beat them. So I was happy with where we are. But like I tell my players, we're all 0-0 when the playoffs start. So whether you're 1 or 12, it makes no difference. You have to go out and win every single game. Because if you don't, you slip up, there's no tomorrow.
So as a result, it's a 12-team bracket. That means you get a bye to the quarterfinals and have to wait a little bit longer to find out your opponent, Rochester or Leechburg. So what do you do between now and then? How do you prepare for whichever team moves on?
Well, obviously, we're going to try to get a scrimmage somehow between now and then. But we're just going to practice. We're going to do what we've done all year. We're going to practice. We're going to work on our fundamentals. We're going to work on our IO infield, outfield. We're going to hit. We're going to bunt. We're going to do everything we've done all year to get it to this point. You don't really change too much at this point of the year. You've played 15 games and you've played some good competition. There's nothing really to tweak. We are who we are, and we're going to go out and play to our strengths. And we gave the girls a couple of days off Friday and Saturday to try to reboot, get their energy ready to go. And then, tomorrow through the week, we'll just go at it and just do what we've been doing all year.
And so lastly, regardless of who you face in the quarterfinals, whether it be the Rams or the Blue Devils, what's going to be key to have success in that one and then maybe even make a deep run in the postseason?
I think the key to us is just to make sure we do what we've done all year, minimize our mistakes, make the routine plays. When we have runners in scoring position, we got to get them in. And that's the key in the playoffs. You got to score, you got to do things. You got to make other teams defend what you do. And as long as we do what we've done all year to get to this point, I think we'll be okay. And hopefully we get a chance to see West Greene again down at Cal. And hopefully we get a chance to earn an opportunity to play in the PIAA state tournament and see what happens there.
Mike, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations on a great season so far. Keep it going through the postseason.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all you guys do for high school sports.
Absolutely. Mike Gaffney, head coach of Greensburg Central Catholic.